Alright, in today's video I got a new effect that I'm working on. It's inspired from a Lou Lancaster's coins through table called flashy coins. I've eliminated the flash paper, although the flash paper is good. To have to use it all the time, is kind of a pain in the butt because it just is. You got to keep buying flash paper to do it. I mean, for a professional show, I would use flash paper, but for this, it's something like that you can do over and over again, so you don't have to waste flash paper. So this is the idea. I'm using the squish principle. And the squish principle is you take a piece of tinfoil, and if you rub the indentation of the coin on it, okay, which I've done here like this, you rub it, it gives you kind of a duplicate almost coin in tinfoil like this. So what I do is I'll have this in here, okay, in this fold, and then nobody will know this is here. This just be a piece of paper that I will use. I'm also going to do it with a marked coin on the last one. So what you do is you start off with your coins through table, and I'll show you some basic ones. This is the one Lou Lancaster does. So you could have all the coins signed with a dot sticker, which is a new idea I'm playing with, but what you're going to do is you're going to palm the first one, then your hand turns over, and then you just toss these into the hand. And now, at this point, what I would do is lap here as you're shaking these. You lap the first coin into your lap like that. Then you show your hand empty. Bring your hand here. Once your elbow hits the table here, then you double back to your lap. So they've seen the hand empty. You pick up the coin in your lap. You tap here. First one goes through, and you tap this one against the bottom of the table, coming up like this. Okay, it's the first one. There's many different coins to your table. And this is not the best one, but this is one that I wanted to show you. Okay, I have other videos I show tons of different things. So this is the way that Lou Lancaster was doing it the classic way. Okay, you're palming this one. Same thing. When this falls over, toss. Now, what you do is your knees are together. As you reach for this one, you have this one palm. As you reach for it, your hand laps this one in the palm like this. As you scoot back, so you're gonna lap that one immediately, and it'll just look like you're picking up one. Come under the table, go to the elbow, double back your arm so they can't see that. Pick up the one in your lap. Right now, I'm kind of sitting in a low chair, so it's difficult, but it'd be like this. You tap. Okay. Now, on the third one, what I would do is it's a sequence from Daryl. I would switch up. I would pick up these two, and then I would scoot this one back. And then as I pick up these two, this one would be lapped right at the edge of the table. So that's what I would switch up and do. So right now I'm lapping this one as I scoot back. So I'm lapping one, and then these come into the hands. Let's do that again. So you pick up these two, you scoot this one back into a rear clip. Then as you come here, you lap that one right there. Okay, it's done as you're scooting. And then the sound from both here. You go pick a hand, then you put this hand underneath, okay, which is this hand. Say pick a hand, and you do the force. The right hand's going to go on top, this one's going to go underneath. So if you pick the left hand, let's say that goes underneath, the right hand that stays on top, right? So you actually have two here, one in your lap. Okay, very simple. So say pick a hand, okay? If they pick this one, it goes underneath. If they pick this right hand, this one's on top. You then double back your elbow here, picking up the one in your lap. You then slap the table, and now you'd be here, okay? So for the last one, you want to make it in place so this is the last one. So what you would do, on the last one, you'd have them put the mark on it. So you bring these underneath the table, okay? Well, at this point, you'd stop, you'd pick up the paper, you'd put the sticker on, which it wouldn't be on until now, unless you want it on. And then what I have here, so I have this thing, which is paper with the squish principle. This is really cool. And then when you put this in here, course, it goes heads up. They can see the mark, but you don't want them to see that extra piece in there. So you set it right on top, and then you have to show this like this, and then you have to do a move. When you come up like this, you have to push the paper in between that. So this is the squish principle here. So it's a modified paper fold with this, and they don't see that, of course. And then what I do is I tap it against a glass, get a loud ring. See, it's pretty loud. Now you can show this thing one more time as I pretend to tear it back, and I'm showing the squish thing. Now, when I have these underneath, these three, I leave one on my knee and I come back up, and at this point, that's when I show this, and I say, I'll have you feel it. So they can hear the sound, they can see it, and then the last thing, so you tap, and then the last thing is they can feel it. Okay, here's where it's going to come out, so you got to be careful here. You want to hold that down. You tear here, and you after you say feel it, they feel it, and then you say, then you can see it one last time, and then you have that in full view. So the coin is still in there, they can feel it, and then when you tear it back, this is the last subtlety. You have two in your hand. You're going to do hang ping chin. This is really good, I think, guys. And then as you come like this, you're going to just do hang ping chin right out of here. So you're going to let this thing release. It's going to literally release right out of the right out of here. It's going to fall right out. So that will be with a slight squeeze and come back as there's nothing to hide here. Then you say the last one's going to go through completely visibly. You can see it. You put this hand underneath the table, okay, empty. Then you put your elbow here. Then you double back and pick up the last coin. And then for the last one, you would after you showed this thing, you would squish this down, and tap like this. So you completely crumple it down into nothing. So that would be the idea. If you get a thinner paper, this is a thick paper, but if you get a thinner paper, you could burn it in an ashtray, but you can tear it up. But what I would do, I wouldn't really tear it up. I would burn it in an ashtray. But you could tear it up into little pieces like this, but you don't want those to fall out. It's better to burn them. So the problem with this paper is too thick, but I mean, if you had thin paper, then you could crumple it up into a really small ball, so they know that there's no way you could fit a coin in that. So that's the idea, and then you would show, you would show that last coin would be the signed one, because that would be the one that you would bring up. So I hope you like my little idea. It's a great idea for a coins through table, signed coins through table visibly. Thanks.